I'm here with Dexter from Corvus Belli, and he has agreed to tell us a little bit about the general concepts behind the game Infinity, the miniature game Infinity, and also behind a starter set. It's called Operation Icestorm, that I believe they're releasing here at Gen Con?
Correct, correct.
That's great. Thank you, Richard. Oh, Dexter.
So this is Infinity the game. It's a science fiction war game set 175 years in the future that has magna aesthetics to the miniatures. Basically, the gist of the game is it's skirmish level. You're only using about 10 to 20 models, and the tables themselves are played on a 4-foot by 4-foot table. This starter box, Operation Icestorm, comes with 2 starter packs. It comes with the Panoceana, which is the superpower of the human sphere, as well as the Nomads. The Nomads are basically an anarchist group that travels about on colony vessels, and they're the arch nemesis of Panoceana. So the cool thing with Infinity is it's always your turn. You're always very actively participating in the game itself. If you have a model on your active phase that walks across a hallway or a corridor or whatnot, and your enemy's model has line of sight to your miniature, you actually get to react and shoot at it and all that sort of stuff. So it's a very active game. It keeps you, you know, active in the game. That's
involved in the game all the time.
Exactly, exactly. The game itself is played with D20s. There are modifiers that modify it. So for example, if you have models that are camouflaged or whatnot, they'll modify your D20 rolls. Some of the other neat things with Infinity that we have that other games don't necessarily have is, for example, there are models that you don't deploy on the table. They have thermal optic camouflage. So literally your opponent...
So they could be here. And
exactly.
I have no idea that it's
your opponent there. Can be like, oh, I've got you now, and they sneak up here, and suddenly a ninja pops out and stabs it. So it's really kind of cool. The amount of tactical nuance to the game is unparalleled in the industry. So yeah, that's the gist of the game. The rules themselves... So you
roll d20s, and then what do you do? And you apply the modifiers,
yeah,
and then how do you resolve combat?
So for example, say it's the Panoceanian player in blue. It's their active turn, and they decide to move over to here, and while they're at it, shoot this model that's out in the open. How it would work, in the reactive phase, this player would only get 1 die to shoot at your enemy. This man, on his active turn, has a weapon that has a burst of 3. So what you would do, you would apply your modifiers, you would check your range, so your range modifiers, depending on the weapon. In this case, he has a combi rifle, so if you're under 16 inches, you get a +3 modifier to your roll. The same thing would apply to this model. Okay? So you would compare their ballistic skill, and you would roll your dice. The active player gets more dice than the reactive player, and that's just a matter of balance and that sort of thing. So you compare your dice, you roll your 2 sets. In this case, I was looking for a 12. Okay? The Nomad player misses. So if you roll above your target number, you miss. If you are, at your target number exactly, you cause a critical, and the wound is automatically applied.
Like in this case, we have a 12.
Exactly, exactly. Now, normally, if you would have just gotten hits, so anything less than a 12, the opponent would get a armor save. So they would take whatever their armor save is, compare it to the damage of the weapon. So like a heavy machine gun will have a higher damage than a combi rifle. So then you roll however many wounds or how many hits you received to see if you save any of them. In this case, it was a critical, so he automatically goes to unconscious. So that's a gist of how the actual dice mechanics work. The cool thing is, so say this model would have rolled an 8, okay, and the Nomad or the Panoceanian player would have rolled a 4, a 3, and a 10. Okay? This 8 would beat the 3 and the 4. So those are ignored. So only one shot gets through, and you'd make one armor save accordingly. So that's kind of the cool thing. Everything's modified in that respect.
And scenarios are scenarios based on elimination of enemy units. Are there other objectives?
Yeah. So there's two things. The first one is the Infinity Tournament system, and that's the official tournament network and series of scenarios that go with tournament play. So there's 8 different scenarios you can play through, and they revolve around anything from, capture the flag-esque missions to complete annihilation and destruction missions. Additionally, Infinity published a book called Campaign Paradisia, and what that is a series of 16 missions that take you through an entire war campaign. And the cool thing with that is it builds in some more narrative and story-based aspects to the game, such as experience. So your models and your army can grow and get better as the campaign progresses.
Sounds great. Thank you, Dexter, for telling us about Infinity in general as the game and about Infinity Operation Icestorm. Actually, just to get a little more into the details of this one, what does the set include? What do people find in the box? What's in this set?
So in the box, you'll find basically the entirety of 2 starter packs for the 2 different armies of Pan-Oceania and the Nomads. If you can take a shot.
Gladly.
Each one comes with 7 different models. In Operation Icestorm itself,
they are unpainted and unassembled in the box, correct?
Unassembled. They're all pewter, so kind of cool in my eyes. Additionally, Operation Icestorm comes with 2 limited edition models that will only be in this box set. That is the Father Knight and the Reverend Healer for the Nomads. Additionally, if you order at Gen Con or you pre-order online, it comes with a free corporate security unit. So kind of a snazzy bonus if you're ordering it early. But it comes with the starters for 2 of the armies. It comes with it comes with terrain, the tokens, dice, everything that you really need to get started playing.
Neat.
And the box itself retails for $120.
Okay, play it upside down. Infinity Operation Icestorm. Thank you again.
Thank you.